Hi, and welcome to another Progressive Combatives Instructional Series video. Today we're going to go over how to load a magazine, load the firearm, and unload the firearm properly. Okay, so let's start with loading the magazine. On the magazine itself, you're going to see as far as what caliber is stamped on the back of it. Today I'm using the Glock 23 for the demonstration. So on the back of mine, as you can see, it says 40 Smith & Wesson on there. Next I'm going to grab my ammunition. I'm using dummy ammunition again for this demonstration, so there's no live rounds being used or inserted into the firearm at all. On the back, which is called the head stamp, I can see this is a 40 Smith & Wesson, so I have a match. Okay, all depending, if you have a brand new magazine, this is going to be a little bit more difficult than what I'm actually going to show you with mine. This has been used fairly often, and the spring has time to wear in a little bit. Alright, so bring it up in here, grabbing the round with the projectile facing outward. I'm going to push down with my thumb, the one holding the round, and then I'm going to slide it back to the rear. Okay, can everybody see that? Alright, good. Next I'm going to grab another dummy round. Using this thumb right here, I'm going to depress down, okay, to help myself, to assist with putting the next one in. I'm now going to use this thumb to push down with the second round going in. And then I'm going to slide it back and seat it to the rear. Okay, I'm going to load a total of 5, so I'm going to put the next 3 in. And I got 5 rounds loaded in this magazine. Next, first thing you do when you grab your firearm, if you're getting it out of its case or you're grabbing it out of your range bag, or anytime you approach a firearm that you don't know whether it's loaded or unloaded, you're going to check to see if it is, and you're going to clear it. Okay? So pointing this firearm in a safe direction, I'm going to lock it back to the rear. Okay, and what I used was on this Glock, it's got a slide lock right here. All the semi-automatics will have one. Okay, so as I pulled that back, I pushed up on that slide lock, and that holds my slide back to the rear. Now I can observe the chamber, and I can look inside and visual inspect it to make sure that there is no round inside of there. Okay, so this weapon is now clear. The Glocks do not have a safety other than what's on the trigger itself. So if you do have a semi-automatic that has a safety on there, you would make sure it's on safe at this time. Okay. Now to load it, I'm going to grab my magazine with my 5 rounds that are loaded. Again, I put my index finger on the projectile so I make sure it's got its face the right way. Projectile outward. I'm going to insert it into the magazine well, and I'm going to seat it firmly. Okay. The reason I do that is I don't want it to go sloppy in there. If it's not seated all the way forward, it's not going to slide that round into the chamber for me. Next, you can use the slide lock. I can use my thumb to push this forward, okay, and that's going to allow my slide to go home, okay, go forward. Or I can grab over top, and we'll get into reasons why I prefer this way in further videos. But for now, okay, I want to let it ride forward, okay. You don't want to keep your hand on it and carry it all the way down. Okay? Although it seems like it may be seated, you can see right on the back of here that it's not all the way forward because I had my hand on it the entire time. Okay? What I want to do, this round will eject, is I want to let it go. Okay, now it's firmly seated all the way forward. Alright, let's start with unloading. First thing you want to do is make sure it's unsafe. It's pointed in a safe direction. Okay, I want to drop my magazine. I'm going to pull my slide back to the rear and lock it. And at the same time, I'm going to observe my round actually leaving the firearm and hitting the ground or catch it. Okay, this one here, I can hear it hit the floor down here. I'm going to visually inspect the chamber to make sure there's no round inside the chamber. I'm going to look at the magazine well, okay, and I can see that there is nothing inside the magazine well. My safety is on. This firearm is now clear.